Okay, children. We are discussing about the parts of eye. Okay. What I told you that eye consists of outer covering called cornea. It will protect your eye from the external pressure. The cornea will protect your eye from the external pressure. And eye is mostly spherical. Some part only from the little part it is just sharply out. It is sharply curved and out protruding. Okay. And eye is having liquid filled chamber called as aqueous humor, and behind aqueous humor it is having a crystalline lens. Eye is having a crystalline lens. Between the aqueous humor and crystalline lens there is a muscular diaphragm called as iris. Iris is having a opening called as pupil, and pupil is called as variable aperture because it will change its size depending upon the amount of light entering. And after pupil we are having a delicate membrane called as retina. And this retina, the image falls. And retina consists of receptors. Rods and cones are the two types of receptors. Rod will identify the shape of the object and cones will identify the color of the object. And to these rods and cones, millions optic nerves are attached, which those nerves will carry the electric signals to the brain, and brain will decode and it will send back to the optic nerves again the information about the object. Okay, so now we discussed this. So in the previous chapter that I told you, when object is at different places, image will be at different places. But here, if you observe that I am telling you this lens is here and retina is here. When the object in front of the eye, if the object is here, then also the image should form on the retina only. If the object is here, beyond this, then also the image should form on the retina only. That means the place of the screen is not changing. Actually, if you observe the ray diagrams, the place of the screen is changing to capture that image. But it is not possible. In your eye, the retina is not going to adjust its place. So what is happening? What is the adjustment that our beautiful eye has? That is just, it is our body is a wonderful machine. No other machine is there in this world which is working like our body. And we are talking about it here about our eye, very special organ. So here I told you we have lens. This lens, it will change its shape. The lens, it is in the middle, it is hard. It is hard in nature. And at the ends, to the outer ends, it is soft in nature. That softness will enable the lens to change its shape. Okay. So when suppose a person is seeing the object near his eye, and one thing first you have to remind is the distance from the lens to the retina is 2.5 centimeters. The distance from the lens to the retina is 2.5 centimeters. Okay. So what will happen here when a person is seeing the nearer object? Then what will the lens do? The lens will contract. The lens, to this lens, ciliary muscles are attached. These ciliary muscles, suppose this is the lens. Okay, see here. Let me explain you. This is the lens. And here ciliary muscles are attached. So these ciliary muscles will be stretched, pulled out when a person is seeing nearer object. When the ciliary lens. So when person is seeing far object, the lens will be round. How it is able to be round? Because the muscles which are attached to this lens, they are not pulling them. So the lens will be in a relaxed position and it will be in circle shape and with the maximum radii 2.5. Okay. Suppose if the person is seeing the nearer object, then the lens, the ciliary muscles will pull the lens. The ciliary muscles will stretch out so that the lens shape will change and it will be in this shape and then the radii will be 2.25. So the lens will adjust its radii between 2.25 to 2.5 so that all the objects, whether the object is near or whether the object is far, all the objects image should fall on retina. This process is called as accommodation of lens. Accommodation of lens. The ability of the lens to change its focal length. It is called as focal length. What is focal length, children? The distance between the pole and focus is called as focal length. Here the distance between the pole and focus, it is called as focal length. So the lens will adjust the focal length. The ability of the lens to adjust the focal length of itself is called as accommodation. Okay, let me tell you about accommodation again, children. Listen carefully. On our eye we have lens. That is the main working part of our eye. Along with lens, we are having ciliary muscles. These muscles are called as ciliary muscles. They have the capacity of stretching and contracting. They have the ability of stretching and contracting. When they stretch, the shape of the lens will be this. And when they relax or contract, the shape of the lens will be spherical. When they want to see distinct object, then they will be relaxed condition. When they want to see nearer object, then the stretching will be more and the lens shape will be this. Okay. So that type of adjustment of the lens adjusting according to the distance, that is called as accommodation of lens. Accommodation. Okay. So in this you may get questions like why pupil is called as variable aperture. Pupil is called as variable aperture because it is able to change its size. And what is accommodation? Accommodation means the capability of lens to change its shape or to change its focal length is called as accommodation. Okay. So this is the structure of eye. Okay, children. And we will discuss about the eye defects and how to correct those eye defects in the next video. Okay. Thank you, children.